Welcome to Meteora, everyone. I finally made it here. I have been wanting to come here for as long as I have lived in Greece. That's pretty much when I found out about it. I didn't really know about it before. But I'm here courtesy of Visit Meteora, this great company who offers tons of different tours here in this area, and I'm so excited. Tonight I'm going on a sunset tour, and then tomorrow I'm doing a half-day tour of the monasteries. And while again, sometimes tours are not really my thing, I think in a situation like this, they are highly valuable. You find out a lot of information that you wouldn't know otherwise, and also it just makes easier because, as you can see, getting up to the top of one of those can be a little bit difficult. We haven't even gotten started yet, and the views coming up to here are amazing. So this is Kastraki, so it's the village up from Kalimbaka. This is amazing. And the rain really doesn't matter. It's still amazingly beautiful. What I love is we've just stopped along the side of the road to take pictures, but it's not busy, so not a big deal. Okay, we are now at the Monastery of St. Stephen, which is now a nunnery. It became a nunnery in the 60s, and there are currently 35 nuns here. Two of the nuns were raised as orphans in this nunnery. It was a nunnery into the 70s, so those women have been here since then. They were raised in this building and decided to stay on as nuns. Okay, I think I'm okay filming outside. That church inside is one of the most elaborately painted churches I've ever seen. Orthodox, Catholic, Protestant, or otherwise. Every single surface covered in a painting with gold. It's stunning. You're not allowed to take any photos or videos inside. So, you know how in my opening I said that I could see one of these? It's this one. So right down there is my hotel. But the view up here is stunning. Okay, I've only seen one and I'm already amazingly impressed. Fortunately, at least in this one, it's small. So you only need to spend maybe 30 minutes here, and that's all we were allotted. But if you're in a rush to see several of them in the same day, because they're not all open on the same day, then at least this one, you know, so far is not so big. Look at this. Look at these rocks. The rock formations alone are amazing, and then you add that somebody's decided to come and build buildings on them. Even more impressive. Now we're going into a church, a Byzantine church, but photos are definitely not allowed inside. If you come to Kalimbaka, you have to come to this church. It has the most interesting paintings inside. They're still from the 14th century, and while they're not in the best condition that I've seen, they're really amazing. On the right-hand side of the church are paintings from the 16th century. And if you go up to the front, on the left-hand side, there's a mosaic from the 4th to 5th century. So even though it hasn't always been a Greek Orthodox church, there's always been some sort of building here for thousands of years. We are now walking up to the hermit caves called Badova. I've checked on the pronunciation on that. So it's a little bit of a steep climb, but only for like 2 or 3 minutes. The original hermit caves were just that, the caves, as you can see here, that have the wooden platforms, and they would climb up by ropes, and they were pretty exposed to the elements, and many of the monks did not live for very long. Currently, there is only one monk living here, but it's in this more modern house you see. He climbed up there in his 20s, and he's now in his 90s. These two monasteries are the physical largest ones. I can't say that name. It starts with a V. And this is the Megalo monastery of Meteora. At one point it had 1,000 monks. Now it only has 2. And this one used to have, no, I think that one had 3,000 and now only has 2. And this one had 1,000 and now only has 10. And what she told us at the last stop was that the nuns and the monks are responsible for everything involved with these monasteries. So any kind of maintenance, all the paintings that you see in the churches, they're responsible for all of that. What I'm loving about this sunset tour is you get to see a lot of stuff, even though it's just a sunset tour. So we've seen all the monasteries and gone into one, and so it's still worth it to come. If you're only able to come for maybe a day, you can do this tour, and then they have a couple of half-day tours, so it's really nice. You can see the stairs going up over there. So I guess if you want to go visit, you have to walk down and then go back up. We have now reached the rock where we're going to watch the sunset. Now, it's been a little bit cloudy, so we'll see if we get any color, but the view is amazing. But as you guys all know, I'm super afraid of heights. I don't know how far out on this rock I'm going to go, guys. Let's see. I've made it to the middle of said rock. Now, this is west. This is north, so obviously, technically the sunset's over there, but it looks way more amazing over there. Now that is stunning. We have 4 monasteries here in this viewpoint right here. I don't think you can see it in the video, but past this monastery that's in front of me, there's a mountain, sort of dead center behind it, and the light is reflecting off the mountain that must still have snow. Good morning from day 2 in Meteora. I'm up on my way to the St. Nicholas Monastery, and it's one that I actually have to walk up to. Unlike yesterday, I was kind of driven to all of them, but we have plenty of time to walk up. Okay, we've done the hill part. Now we have to do the stair part. Inside, he said only on the balconies, so I'm up here. This is where the elevator is. I'm a little afraid to get any closer, but here we are. It's so beautiful, and inside is amazing. It's like crammed into the side of the rock, but it's really amazing inside. We're literally at the top of this rock. Now this is one of the lower ones. They call this the stopover because this is where they would stop and take a rest between going to the other ones. This is the Grand Monastery. We came yesterday, but we didn't go inside. It wasn't open yesterday. We can go inside today. Hopefully. It's very busy. It's the busiest one because the public bus goes here. It's very different in the sun. It was so cloudy and rainy up here yesterday. It looked very mysterious. In the sun, it looks a little less mysterious. Made it inside part of it, and now more and more stairs. I'm just grateful there are stairs. Look at that. Beautiful. So to give you an idea of what the stairs are like and how many you have to go up and down, here we are.
Thank you.
Over there is the Monastery of the Holy Trinity, and if you recognize it, it's because this is where they filmed the James Bond movie. And the story is apparently the monks did not give their permission to film the James Bond movie, so they said that they were filming a documentary about the Greek Orthodox Church, and they were not. So that's how that got done. It's the most isolated of all the other ones, and in my previous clip you can see the little elevator, I don't even know what you call that, going over to the monastery from the road. Okay, what I like about this particular tour is we're on this kind of van, not one of these giant buses. So I think there's only, let's see, 2, 4, 6, maybe 20 people on the tour, and I don't think all the seats are full. So it's a nice small group, and you get to spend a little bit more time because you're not in this large group. We're going down to that monastery next, which is actually housing nuns. Apparently we're going to walk there. This is the Rousseau Nunnery. Look at that. How beautiful. Oh, they have a beautiful garden. Oh, how amazing. Can't take photos anywhere inside except in this little room. I have proof. That sign says I can. Look how stunning it is. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. This one is definitely very small, but very beautiful, and seems to be the most peaceful. So our van drove down to the parking lot, so all we have to do is go down and not climb back up. But wow, look how close we are now to some of the rocks. It's really great. Unfortunately, this adventure is now over. It is time for me to head back to Athens. I definitely recommend coming to Meteora, and even if you're going to do some exploration on your own, do a tour so you get a really good idea of the history behind the area and all the monasteries. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next adventure.